Eyes will hear, ears will see. And just another talk on graffiti manga. Today's topic is to con or not to con, and that is the question. A lot of people, a lot of independents, people in the comic book industry, it's always good to go to comic book conventions. It's a good way to network, meet other artists, get your work out there, that whole thing. So I'm for going to conventions when possible. The other thing is what needs to be looked at is not whether you should go to comic book conventions or not, I guess. Unless you have some other format, and that does, with the internet and everything, social media. Maybe, I guess Comic-Con going may not be as important as it once was, but again, to look at it from a perspective of, I guess, should you go to the comic book convention or should you not? If you can, you should. But what you should do is look at the ones that are going to be best suited for your needs. For example, if you're a small indie company and you have little capital to actually pay for a comic book convention, you're gonna, if you go out to LA to one of the larger cons out on the West Coast, or you try to get a bigger table in New York City or somewhere, you're gonna deplete a lot of your funds. Money that could be used toward advertising and other things to, I guess, promote your book. That's needless to say that they're going to one of those cons that is good exposure, but you can definitely get lost in a mix of something that big. So it would be best for you to kind of look more at local or smaller cons to start with, and kind of build a fan base from there. So say for instance, a neighboring city that may be larger than the town that you live in would be a good place to start. So you can usually, even at a larger city, I'm thinking, I think the Baltimore Comic Book Convention is a pretty good one, and you usually can get a table of Artist Alley for about $350. That was I think the last time I checked, and that might have been a year or two ago. I didn't go last year. So $350, and it's a pretty large, for the East Coast, pretty well known. And if you go a little bit, even a little bit smaller, you can get some tables and start building a fan base for like $150 at some of the a little bit smaller ones. And so that would be my recommendation in regards to going to comic book conventions. Start a little more with the smaller cons and build from there. And if you do have expendable income and you want to go a little bit larger, you can start with a mid-sized comic book convention. And when you're going to the cons, this is another thing that you want to pay attention to. You need something to draw attention to your table, and you want it to look professional, as professional as possible, and you need some attention getters. So, because like I said, at some point you could get, at the smaller cons, it's probably, you're probably not going to get mixed, I guess, lost in the mix. But at some of the larger conventions, if you don't have something that's going to, especially if you're just starting out, if you don't have an attention grabber and your table doesn't look professional, you definitely will get lost in the mix, lost in the shuffle, and people will walk past your table. You know, there's going to be some people that stop, and, you know, just from sheer, you know, volume, but of people that are there. But needless to say, anyway, definitely when you can, show your work. And like I said, there's a difference in going to using, you know, I guess using the internet, social media, and actually being at a convention, at a it's, you know, at a comic book convention, it's more personable. So that actually helps, you know, person to person helps build, you know, I think a base a lot faster because of the actual person, the person to person interaction. So these are things to consider for comic book convention going. Definitely like the channel, like the video. Come back, check me out for more videos, more information, more thoughts. It'll be greatly appreciated. And again, eyes will hear, ears will see. Have a good one. Talk to you on the next one.